Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a collective haul. Now there have been a couple items that I've been eyeing here and there that I was just kind of contemplating maybe picking up. Some things I definitely wanted to grab, and a couple things that have kind of been on my mind as of late, and I thought maybe I would go ahead and try them out. So I decided to pick up a few things, and I figured while I was at it, I might as well share them with all of my friends. So that is what brings us here today. So let's just start with a little bit of skincare, because these were things that, well, this one particular item was definitely on my list of things to pick up. Now, it wasn't this specific item, but I was looking for a serum that would be hydrating, would be great. But more importantly, I was looking for something that would be kind of brightening for my skin. And in particular, I was looking for something that would help to lighten some of the dark spots from some acne scarring that was on my skin. I'm very diligent about my skincare, but occasionally I still do break out, unfortunately. So even if I'm really diligent about my skincare, I still will find that any kind of acne that arises on my skin will still leave a dark mark. So I wanted to look for something that will be helpful in brightening and lightening those dark marks as well. So I kind of was looking through different brands and checking out Sephora, the website, to see if there were anything that got really high marks. And another YouTuber here that I watch all the time, her name is Jackie Aina. I'm sure you guys know who she is. If you don't, I don't know what rock you've been living under. But recently she hauled this particular serum, and I posted a question to her asking if she could talk more about it, and the lovely thing about YouTube is a bunch of people who watched her video commented back to me about different serums that they like, about this serum in particular that she picked up and their thoughts on it. So it really just started a good conversation about skincare and different products that I could maybe use that were suggested to me to try to achieve the goal I wanted to achieve. In the end, I decided to go ahead and pick up the one that she had hauled as well, and it's the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum Eclat Anti something I can't, oh, well, it's also in English, so that's a good thing. So it's the Vino Perfect Radiant Serum Complexion Correcting. And so it comes in a little bottle like so. I really appreciate Caudalie products. They have done really well on my skin. My skin seems to take to them very well. I have tried other serums, two of which in particular, the Sunday Riley serum and the Good Genes, and also the Drunk Elephant one. Both contain lactic acid, and I don't know that my skin loves lactic acid. Now, perhaps I just need to continue to use them, but it seems as though they break me out a little bit. So until I have a professional that tells me to power through, I just can't. So in the meantime, I knew that I've tried some other Caudalie products, some other Caudalie, another serum, like a dry oil serum, and also their skincare and eye care, and I really enjoyed it. So I figured this was a good line to try that at least wouldn't really go crazy on my skin. And if it did, I was taking this puppy back because it wasn't cheap. But within the first 3 nights that I've used it, I definitely, and it's been a little over a week now, but within those first 3 nights, I definitely noticed that my skin was a little bit brighter. And then I also noticed that the hyperpigmentation that was pretty much along this side of my face definitely got lighter over the course of time. Now, right when I started to use this product, I had broken out in one spot in particular over here that I was not good about, and I did pick at it. But as of now, it hasn't left. The mark isn't as dark as it could be if I wasn't using something to help with it. So far, this product is winning. So that is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Radiant Serum Complexion Correcting Serum. Mouthful. So let's just keep in the old skincare situation, shall we? So the next skincare item that I picked up has been so hyped here on YouTube that I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try. It retailed for about 22 bucks, which is seemingly expensive for one product, but you can't reuse the product. I was told by a makeup artist today that I could use it 5 times, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Magic Facial Dry Sheet Mask. It claims to have expert facialist results in just 15 minutes. It says it hydrates, lifts, reduces wrinkles, smooths, and brightens. So I'm all about this life right here. Comes in Charlotte Tilbury's packaging is just beautiful and rose gold and glorious, and I just love it. So I'm very excited to try this mask. I will keep you guys updated on what I think about it. Some of these samples I got today from the Nordstrom Trend Show. That's where I was at today, picking up a few items. It was a lot of fun. And then I also purchased something online at Charlotte Tilbury and got a few samples in the mail as well. So these are all kind of skincare samples. I did get the Magic Eye Rescue Cream. I got two of those. I have a Charlotte Magic Cream, which is, they couldn't stop talking about this today, so I'm excited to try that. And then I got 3 samples total of the Wonder Glow. Now, I will say, I tried the Wonder Glow, this guy. I didn't love it. I'm going to give it another shot since I have some samples to try, but I didn't love it. Actually, what I loved better than the Wonder Glow is the Glam Glow, what's it called? Glam Glow Glow Starter. So I got a few samples of that, and actually a deluxe size sample came in one of my subscription boxes. So I absolutely love that one. It's like a hydrating, moisturizing primer almost that's very glowy on the skin. And last, I guess we'll consider in skincare, I got a new MAC Prep and Prime because mine is almost out now. The one I had was the Yuzu fragrance. That was limited edition. So instead I just picked up the regular. Now MAC is currently carrying travel size bottles of lavender, rose, and coconut of the Fix Plus, but just the smaller guys. But honestly, I wasn't really interested in any of those, so I just went ahead and picked up the regular because I am seconds from being out of the Fix Plus, and I absolutely love it, which is new. I wasn't loving it before, but I'm loving it hard right now, so picked up one of those. Back to good old Auntie Charlotte Tilbury. I am slowly building pieces from her complexion collection. That is a mouthful. And so the first thing I picked up a little while back, I had a Nordstrom gift card to use up, and I decided to get the Airbrush Fall. This is such a mouthful. The Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in number 3 Dark. This is it here. How beautiful is this packaging? Can we just talk about that? I mean, everything is in this gorgeous rose gold. Can you imagine just being somewhere you just need to whip this out and touch up a little bit, Yeah, you do. So I'm so excited I picked this up. I was on the fence about getting it. It was one of those things that had been on my list for a really long time. People tend to love it and rave about it, and I just wasn't sure. Primarily because even though this is the darkest shade, it's still fairly light, and I just didn't know how much pigment the powder deposited on the skin. What I have found is that it doesn't deposit a ton of pigment at all, and the powder itself is very, very finely milled. I mean, when you rub it between your fingers, it feels almost creamy. It's so soft. But what I use it for is I just take a little brush, and it is perfect. And when I tell you perfect, it is perfect to touch up throughout the day if you tend to get oily. It is absolutely amazing. You can use it to touch up. It instantly takes away any shine on your face, and it does not look cakey as you apply it. I truthfully have only used it to touch up, once throughout the night or what have you. And that's plenty because I'm not, typically in quite this much makeup all day long. Although today I did put this makeup on really early this morning, but we'll get into that. And so I typically only need to touch up like once throughout the day if, this is going on. But I can just imagine that it is not cakey at all because it's so finely milled and such a beautiful powder as you put it on. Like, I absolutely love it. I haven't used it to set under my eye. What I know a lot of people do enjoy it to set their under eye concealer. I've just been using it as a touch-up powder to touch up really right there around my nose. Gets really oily throughout the day. Actually, so I'm just going to use my Morphe M438 brush, and we're just going to touch up a little bit right there. And right there. And that's usually where I touch up, just underneath, or not underneath, on either side of my nose, and sometimes right through the center of my forehead. And bam, suddenly you are just nice and matte where you want to be, but continue to be glowy where you want to be. It's perfection. Again, that is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in number 3 Dark. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. So glad I went ahead and purchased that product. So today at Nordstrom, they were having this trend show. So a friend of mine and I went to kind of see what the new trends for spring were, what they were going to be showcasing. And honestly, it's just a good time to get together with your friends to kind of plan makeup and see what's going on. Now, there is some fashion component to the trend show. Obviously, it's showing all the spring trends, but I was definitely more interested in makeup, as was she, which is why we went together. So it worked out pretty well. Now, one of the items that had been on my list to try from Charlotte Tilbury was the Film Star Bronze and Glow Compact. Now, it comes in this really cute, I should show you guys this. It comes in this really cute packaging. Everything is like this gorgeous deep brown. This gorgeous deep brown, maroon brown, and rose gold. Is so pretty. So it comes in a little package like this. And then these little sleeves come off, and you're left with this little box that then flips open. Oh, and there's a little message. Oh, hello. So there's a little message here that says, "The secret that silver screen sirens have kept to themselves for years." And then you open it even further, and there's a little more of a message in here, and it talks about the highlighting sculpting part of the package. And then you finally get to the most beautiful part. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is this guy? So you open it up, and you are left with this beautiful, beautiful packaging here. Now, you have the highlight side and you have the scope side. Now, what I will say is that this is not a highlighter that's very iridescent or very, very glowy or shiny or metallic. That's the word I'm looking for. This is not a very metallic highlight. It is definitely a more subtle highlighting, just giving you a little kind of inner glow situation. It's definitely a peachy, gold glowy highlight, which is super pretty. You probably can barely see it on my hand, but it makes for a very subtle highlight. And so then secondly, we have the sculpt or the bronzing side, and it is a very neutral, a very subtle bronzed shimmer, which is very neutral, which I absolutely love. And I like that it's a little bit more subtle. I like that it's not very orangey. It's a very neutral but glowy kind of bronzer, which is perfect. I love that it's a very subtle, bronzy goodness, because sometimes you need that. Like my MAC Dark Deep and Dark Deepest, beautiful, beautiful bronzers, but they are a little bit more red in color, a little bit richer in color, which is amazing, but sometimes can get you, it can get you, is what I'm saying. So, you know, you just have to be careful occasionally, especially me, who I can appreciate a foundation color that's just a little bit bronzier than what I am right now. But, you know, you start to add your extra bronzy bronzer on top of that, and things get a lot out of hand, a little out of hand. You know, it's happened to the best of us is what I'm saying. So that is what we have from Charlotte Tilbury. Those are my items from there, which I'm very, very excited about my purchases. So happy, so happy. So also in the past couple weeks, I picked up a couple other things. One of which is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the color Rose Gold. These are it here. I featured this product in a different color on my channel already. I went ahead and picked up the Rose Gold. I'll be honest, because I was watching a video with Patrick Starr and he was applying it to his cheeks and it just looked so beautiful and so glowy and so pretty. But the funny thing about Rose Gold, I knew that I loved it because the Becca Rose Gold highlighter is absolutely my favorite. I've hit pan on it. It's so great. Which is hard to hit pan on a highlighter, so I was a little bit proud of myself. But I love that one so much. And what it does, it gives you a little glow, but it's not stripy. Like, it just works well with my skin complexion. So I was like, well, if I love that Rose Gold so much, I'll probably love this one. And I absolutely do. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Now, I had picked up, what did I buy? I picked up the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Powder. I forget the name of it. But anyway, I thought it would be something that I would really enjoy, but really it's more like a bronzer, so I didn't love it, so I took it back. So in its place, I decided to pick up a couple of the new Marc Jacobs eyeliners. These have a longer name. The Highliner Gel Eye Crayon. I'd heard that they had recently reformulated these gel pencils. And so I decided to try a few colors that I didn't already own. Like, I have a Ride or Die black liner, which I love. And I have a Ride or Die turquoise one and purple one. Like, I have quite a few colors of an eyeliner already. So these were two that were new, except for this guy. So this is a brown one. It's like a very warm red brown, which I don't have in my collection exactly, but I might have something a little bit similar. So I haven't quite decided if I'm going to keep this one. I may return it for a different color. I'm not exactly sure yet. When I tried it on, to be honest, it reminds me a lot of the ColourPop, I think it's Mr. Bang, which obviously, yeah. It reminds me a lot of ColourPop Mr. Bang. So just like that warm brown red color. Let's swatch them and see. Maybe it's a little richer. Nope. And they're virtually the same, which honestly, I think in which case I'm going to take this one back and get a different color. But then I also picked up, this one is Sunset, maybe? Yeah, this is the one in Sunset, which is a gold color. Yeah, really pretty. That one I'm going to keep. Actually, that one I put in my waterline today, and I kind of like it. So that one I will keep. And lastly, I picked up one more of the Marc Jacobs Lamarque, what's it called? Lamarque Liquid Lip Cream. And this is in the color Yours to Try. This one is a very, very, very nude, almost concealer lip. You guys know my current obsession with nude lipsticks. And that is it there, right at the very top. I absolutely love this formula. It's such a gorgeous, comfortable, surprisingly long wearing formula that I just couldn't help myself. And I went ahead and picked it up. That was the end of my beauty haul. Some products that I picked up over the last few weeks. Some things I picked up actually just this morning at the Nordstrom Trend Show. And I just wanted to kind of share them with you guys to kind of see, so you can see what I picked up recently. So I'm pretty happy to put these products to use. If you have any questions about any of these products that I've mentioned or want me to update you guys, I'm totally happy to do so. So definitely just let me know in the comments below and I can do that for you. Also, I did pick up quite a bit of fragrance today, and it was a good time. Like, I really, oh, it smells so good right now. Picked up some more stuff from Jo Malone. I have just very barely, maybe on 1 or 2 occasions, mentioned a fragrance kind of purchase or made it part of my haul. I really am a believer that fragrances are such a personal thing that I don't mention them terribly often on my channel. But if you guys are interested in maybe me doing a fragrance haul of the things that I picked up today, I'd be happy to do that for you as well. Or if you're interested in like what my favorite fragrances are, we could do that. So either way, I'd be happy to do that for you. If you guys are interested, just definitely let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see something like that, and I will be more than happy to film it for you. Definitely. Why are we not talked about this already? Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I will be sure to leave an area, perhaps here, where you can just hit that button and subscribe. And perhaps if you haven't seen my most recent video, I'll leave something up here so you can just jump right into that. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.